Hello, my co-highs. Hope you're doing well. I am your host, Tyranno Senpai. Once again, joined by the beautiful and talented Jurassic Master.
Hello, that's me.
And today, we are reacting to... Oh my god, I'm so tired of reactions today, dude. We are reacting to the making of Sea and Sky, from the Dinosauria series. We're quite excited about this. I actually had a look at the Patreon and found the shark's actual name. It's Fritani Reixa or something.
Ah.
Both excited about this. Oh, for the love of God. Thank goodness this is Jurassic World. If you drop another trailer in the middle of the night, I swear I will find you and I will slaughter you. This is the last reaction I'm doing tonight. I swear to God, this is anything based on dinosaurs or trailers, I'm done. Ooh. Until the Super Bowl, whatever happens there.
Hello, my name is David, and welcome to this behind-the-scenes video covering the fourth episode of my Dinosauria series, Sea and
Interesting
Sky.
Illustration.
In this video, I will be going over the artwork,
oh, zombie pterosaur!
The challenges rigging and animating such strange and prehistoric creatures, on top of the usual rundown of
those sharks are really big.
accuracies, inaccuracies, and also my creative process building this big clay sculpture.
I love the sculptures, they're always so pretty.
I wonder what song he's going to sing to this one.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Because he always has to serenade it, right? Ah. Iconic scene.
For sure.
A bowl?
Oh. Well, that's one way to do it.
I guess that made clicky clacky.
Clicky clacky, yeah, that makes more sense.
That's the official term now. It's clicky clacky. It's not anything else.
Even though this film is part of my Dinosauria series, this particular animation does not actually feature any dinosaurs at all.
He said it!
The film features bony fish, cartilaginous fish, mosasaurs, and pterosaurs, none of which belong to the Dinosauria clade. Pterosaurs are not dinosaurs, but both families are still often lumped together in films, books, and toy boxes, which is quite understandable. Pterosaurs and dinosaurs look very similar.
Wow, they're really small.
They both appeared at around the same time and lived alongside one another throughout the Mesozoic period. Both reaching similar large sizes and parallel success.
I see T-Rex! I see Alamosaurus!
Closely related, they share pycnofibrous fluffy coatings, endothermic metabolisms, and hollow bones. Pterosaurs are just about as closely related to dinosaurs
looks like all the dinosaurs in all the other series.
Not quite. I don't see a Triceratops.
Yeah.
But geez, they look good. Research and idea. Ad?
Yep, sorry. Gone. Oh, never mind. It was another one. It was a double ad.
Damn.
The pop culture depiction
I've seen these figures.
Dinosaurs in film and TV and video games isn't particularly accurate, but it is
Amber Collection Raptor
better than the archaic persona.
Hey, that's a pterosaur I got.
Still have in most people.
That's the exact one.
Most people, when imagining a dinosaur, now at least picture a warm-blooded,
Wilson the
active
T-Rex
animal that is in some way related to birds. But the mainstream interpretation of pterosaurs is often still the flapping and squawking reptilian sky
Nekakong.
Virtually unchanged since 1933's King Kong.
Oh god, it's that zombie pterosaur again.
I decided to create this film, break my rules, and focus on a bunch of non-dinosaurs because I wanted to counter that interpretation. I wrote this film with the goal of portraying these animals as noble, respectable, and competent animals.
Well, he achieved that.
He for sure did.
A particularly big influence for the tone of this film was this painting here by paleo artist Mark Whitten called Tyrannogeddon from 2016.
Oh, yo, that painting looks really cool.
I don't like the tail fan.
Captured the effective, strong, and confident
meh.
I to convey in my pterosaurs, and I'm sure just looking at it, the inspiration that led to Sea and Sky is quite obvious.
Oh, so that one shot of them like about to take off, that's from the painting. That makes sense. Sculpture!
Hey!
I have been
I love
making
these.
clay
I love the
sculptures for
sculptures. It's
each
so
of my
detailed.
Dinosauria
I know,
films,
right?
and for Sea and Sky, I of course decided to create a mature male Geo Sternbergia.
Ooh, this fat, fluffy creature's bitten my hand.
I created the sculpture in pretty much the
that's
exact
nice.
same way I've created the rest, with Daz air drying clay rolled up into a bunch of sausagey tubes, which were then dried and glued together into sort of a pteranodon looking stick figure. I then proceeded to bulk out this foundation with more and more clay, eventually leading to the general form of a pterosaur. Once this basic mesh was blocked out, I then got to work on the finer surface details. As far as I know, we have no direct evidence of scaly skin on pterosaurs at all. Instead, these animals seem to all be covered in fur-like or feather-like pycnofibers and possibly areas of scaleless skin as well.
Yeah, he actually called it pycnofibers and not proto-feathers.
Yeah.
Once the sculpt was
I heard a lot of
finished,
people call
I
them
primed
proto.
the
I thought they
model,
were proto
painted it
feathers
with
too, but I
acrylic
guess
paints
they're
and
not.
It's only
brushes.
on
Of course, remember to serenade the
dinosaurs,
piece while waiting for
But
each
pycnofibers are is a pterosaur thing.
Ah.
This song, though. It looks like a bit of candy,
I
actually.
have been
Yeah.
sculpting dinosaurs for as long as I can remember, but I don't think I've ever sculpted a pterosaur before.
That's one droopy tail, though.
Pterosaurs have body
Yeah.
plans unlike any animal to ever exist, and having to tangibly form these alien anatomical
I think it'd be a little bit
shapes
shorter of a
the
tail.
rest of the animal kingdom that I'm so familiar with, I think left me with an unexpected respect and appreciation for this weird, unique group of creatures. Overall, I think this sculpture is pretty good. He is a weird colour, heavily
He even agrees, it looks like a piece of candy.
He's also a weird shape. But he's also a pterosaur, and pterosaurs are super weird, so that's probably fine.
Dang.
Here, finally,
Yeah, wow, he
is
really
the
just insulted
whole
pterosaurs.
family of Dinosauria sculptures
Oh.
so far. Just
Oh wow, look at
one
all
more
of them.
left to go.
He's gotta do T-Rex sculpt, right? That's gotta be what it is.
He has to. If he doesn't,
I'm
you're
gonna...
missing out.
Uncle Tyler gonna get angry.
Yeah,
story.
I understand that.
This film is set 85 million years ago in the Niobrara Formation in what is
Niobrara.
now Kansas, and follows a
Oh,
flock
Kansas.
of mostly female Geosternbergia. The
Interesting.
pterosaurs are hungry and want to dive into the sea below to feed, but the group is hesitant to enter the water. Dangerous predators lurk in these depths. The larger, dominant male of the group emerges and wastes no time as he
Yeet.
dives into the dangerous sea. The onlookers, tenser than ever, watch their alpha descend into the darkness and snatch his prize, but he has
Yum.
not succeeded just yet. Mesozoic sharks hunting in the shallows are curious of the pterosaur, but the real threat comes in the form of something far larger.
It's the Tylosaurus.
Tyler's look at that.
This could be like a screensaver.
Spurred on by the male's successful
Honestly,
display,
I would
the
love
rest of
that.
the
It's like a
pterosaur
moving
group take
screensaver.
flight, one by one,
Of that thing just
diving into the
snatching up the pterosaur.
That would be cool.
Our alpha male returns to his perch and watches his flock from high above as they conquer their fears, take the plunge, and hunt for themselves. A hunt that he inspired.
This is cool.
Oh yeah.
Geosternbergia would have been adept walkers on the land, swimmers in the sea, and flyers in the air. And these three different ways of getting about have drastically different associated emotional connotations, which gave me an idea for the story structure of this film.
Oh, so it's like a
This
three-part
film
act.
has 3 acts.
Oh.
An opening, slower act which is on the ground, a tension-filled sinking middle act which takes place in the sea, and a triumphant third act where we finally take to the skies.
Cool.
This whole series has been inspired by nature documentary filmmaking, but none more so than Sea and Sky. This film was written to mimic exactly the type of scenario you would see play out in a real-life nature documentary segment. I wanted this film to have this more natural, realistic tone, in contrast to, say, A More Ancient Spring, which has a far more fantastical...
Oh yeah, we made that comparison last time.
To really hammer home the idea that these creatures were real. I wanted to portray Geo Sternbergia as an inspiration, and I felt stripping back as many fantastical elements as I could was the correct way to go about doing that.
Looks good.
Confronting the storm.
Sea and Sky, on a shot-for-shot basis, was one of the more time-consuming films I've ever worked
I'm just now noticing the Mosasaur has like a second set of teeth.
Shot.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, if you look at the back of the mouth.
This is an example
like an actual life
shot. It's from Old Buck, and it's just a 3D animated.
I don't know why, but this model actually looks a little bit better with shading.
That's it.
Yeah.
But for Sea and Sky, because this film is set during a thunderstorm, by the coast and in the sea, there are no static backgrounds. I have avoided depicting these kinds of environments as often as I can, in terms of these backgrounds, because water is an incredibly hard thing to animate. However, for this film, I felt it was finally time to face my fear.
Yeah, background and setting
all
takes
of these effects, the waves,
major
the
plots.
splashes, the bubbles, the lightning and the rain.
This had to have taken a long
simple
while.
Effects that I've known how to do for a while. I've just never really had to compile so many all at once. Some of these effects turned out a lot nicer.
They made it work out, so...
Yeah, he did.
I really like the bubbly movement effects around my characters as they swim through the sea, and I also love the look of the lightning here. But I really don't like this slow motion splashing effect made by my Mosasaur as it breaches out of the water.
I guess it could be improved on.
I am overall quite happy with the final result here, and I learned a lot of new tricks working on this film. Just knowing that I can pull off settings like this opens the door to so many more storytelling opportunities in future short films.
Featured species.
Oh, there's an ad.
The first animal featured in the film is the pterosaur Geo Sternbergia, formerly Pteranodon sternbergi. These animals hunted on the coast and in the sea on a diet of fish and squid.
Squid.
Geo Sternbergia was heavily sexually dimorphic. Males were around twice the size of the females and sported much larger, more elaborate crests.
Ooh.
Male specimens are
so
also
they were
a
a lot
lot
bigger.
less common than female
I guess so.
specimens, suggesting a polygamous mating system similar to a lot of modern seals, where large groups consisting of numerous females would be competed over by fewer, larger males for breeding rights over the entire group. This is the system I decided to depict in my film. The Geo Sternbergia flock depicted consists almost entirely of females led by one dominant mature male. I made sure to create a decent amount of individual variation throughout the group, and if you look very closely, there's even one sneaky juvenile male in there as well, who's just
actually slipped by me.
His reddish purple colouring and larger crest.
So that's like a juvenile male.
That was one juvenile.
That was very cheeky.
A lot of the sound effects used in my Dinosauria series I recorded myself. That was too much. For this film, my Geo Sternbergia vocalizations here were created using a royalty-free sound of a bird, which I pitch-shifted and slowed down.
I wish I could do sound design like this.
Some clacking beaks, which I recorded myself using a bamboo bowl and a plank of wood.
It's not different stuff.
It did achieve a desired effect.
Yeah. Sounded pretty spot on to me.
Yeah. Clack, 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 clack.
Creating the pterosaur 3D models and rigs for this film was a massive challenge. Getting these guys to fly and to swim was relatively simple, but folding this model up into a realistic standing position and getting it to walk was almost impossible with the wonky rigs that I originally created. On screen right now is some of the earliest footage of this film that I rendered out, featuring my original Sternbergia rigs. These early models were a nightmare and were full of inaccuracies and rigging issues. Here, in
I can see the
comparison,
inaccuracies.
is the latest footage of the film after months and months of tiny tweaks to make the rigs more usable and the models more anatomically accurate. These changes including adding webbed feet, fixing the wing posture, and removing the wing membrane between the ankles and the tail. In my sketchbook drawings,
I would have probably never noticed
the
that webbing
pteroid
between the
bone
legs.
is also very
Neither did I.
prominent. This backwards-facing wrist bone is unique to pterosaurs, but it's totally obscured into the anatomy of the wing in my finished animation model. This isn't a mistake, it was much easier to animate this way, and having the bone hidden within the flesh of the wing isn't unreasonable. But in retrospect, I think I far prefer the look of the more prominent pteroid, and I kinda wish I implemented it.
I don't know, dude. It looks
fine to me.
The final animals featured in the film, after a bunch of mistakes, a ton of tweaks, and a ton of fixes, are otherwise accurately portrayed, with the correct social structure, drastic sexual dimorphism, they're feeding in the sea, and they're launching into the air using their powerful arms over their smaller, weaker legs. The way that my male Sternbergia takes off from the sea, using almost exclusively his powerful arms to skim across the surface of the water into eventual flight, is also exactly how we believe these animals would have taken off from the sea. One
Look at that. It's
substantial
so cool.
inaccuracy remains though.
There's-
It's present
what?
in all of my drawings, my sculpture, and my 3D models. All of the pterosaurs in this animation
What do you mean?
walk on the tips of their toes,
Oh,
like this.
I know what he did.
It turns out we have a lot of direct fossil trackway evidence that confirms that these animals would have walked on their toes and their heels.
Their feet would have
They
been
would
flat,
have walked planted
Oh, yeah.
like that.
this. I caught this mistake far too late. and
Oh.
Fixing it would require
Well, no one's
reanimating the majority of the film
God.
again for the third or fourth time, and I do have my
Oh,
limits.
yeah.
That's a cute looking shark. Aiden?
The second
Big
animal
chunky.
featured in the film is the prehistoric shark Cretoxyrhina.
Cretoxyrhina, that's the one.
Page dedicated to it, so
Sucks,
I suppose this will have to do. Cretoxyrhina could grow very large, much larger than what I depict in this film. This was intentional, though, as the sharks in the film are supposed to be juveniles and subadults
That's a
hunting
big
the
ass
shallows.
shark.
I did this because I wanted them to be more abundant, hesitant to attack the pterosaur, more skittish, and the smaller that they are, the larger my mosasaur looks in comparison. We actually have direct evidence of Cretoxyrhina hunting pterosaurs.
Ooh,
LACM 50926 is a Pteranodon longiceps specimen that famously has a shark's tooth embedded in its neck. That tooth belonging
that's
to
pterosaur.
the
Definitely
exact
died
species.
from this.
Yeah.
All
Thalassophobia.
other sharks are also sexually dimorphic. Females are generally much larger than the males, and the males have a pair of penis-like extensions to their pelvic fins called
He said the P
claspers.
word.
I, of course, made sure to include these details on a couple of my Cretoxyrhina as well.
Oh, I honestly didn't notice that.
Ah.
The third and
Tylosaurus!
animal featured in the film is the
Hey,
mosasaur
let's go.
Tylosaurus. Mosasaurs, like pterosaurs, were also not dinosaurs. They're not even closely related to dinosaurs. Mosasaurs are actually related to modern-day
Marine
monitor
reptiles.
lizards and snakes. These animals were
they're basically
oceanic
giant
predators
sea lizards.
that became incredibly successful during the later half of the Cretaceous. Tylosaurus here being one of the largest of the group, easily
there's a
rivaling the
T-Rex.
size of Tyrannosaurus rex.
Oh, they're about the same size. Looks.
Oh, wow.
Big
Now,
boy.
I'm only
Big boy.
25 years old, but as a kid, I don't
he's only 3 years
remember
older than I am.
anyone else really knowing what a mosasaur was, which seems to have massively changed in the past 10 or 15 years. Mosasaurs and Spinosaurs are the two prehistoric groups
I wish he
think
did a
I've
short
seen
film about
rise the
Spinosaurus.
most in
I would
mainstream
love
popularity in my lifetime. But I
would've
feel
been so
mosasaurs are
cool.
often misrepresented in mainstream media as simple crocodiles with flippers, which isn't really correct. I tried to make my take on the species look as accurate as I possibly could. My design is streamlined, looking a whole lot more like a monitor lizard over an alligator, with the anatomically correct big tail fluke, the iconic second row of teeth in the upper
Yeah, they're the
jaw,
teeth.
and it even has a forked tongue, a feature
Oh!
that is shared by all of its modern
The forked tongue.
relatives.
I forgot about that.
Wow.
Like a snake or a lizard.
The colour
Yeah.
scheme for this species was inspired by
Kinda
a
like a
mix of an
leopard
orca
pattern.
and a lace monitor, which I feel might be every
Orcas and
single
monitor lizards.
paleoartist's go
Yep.
to while reconstructing this animal, but I really like the simplicity of the final result. I can't really imagine this animal looking any other way than this.
Oh, that stomping though. That bite. I've heard that sound before.
And we got another ad.
I haven't gotten a single ad.
Yeah, it's like they all went to me. And we're back on.
Fly,
Sea
pretty.
and Sky ended up being a lot more work than I expected. The finished film is only 3 or 4 minutes long, but it was originally conceived as an even shorter 2-minute film.
2
It was
minutes.
conceived
Wow.
as an easy, simple, complementary piece to the Dinosauria series that I could bang out relatively quickly. The original 2-minute cut of this film was finished, and it was finished months ago. It was literally exactly the same film as the final cut, but with half of the shots missing. And it was really, really bad.
Oh.
It was too fast-paced, it was uninteresting, and it was rushed. Full of animation errors, cut corners, and scientific inaccuracies.
Yeah,
I ended up extending and tweaking that film seemingly endlessly into the product it finally became, wasting a lot of time doing so.
Well,
For example,
he did it right
in the original
the second time
2-minute
at
cut
least.
of this film, the Cretoxyrhino were only supposed to be seen from a distance. So the model I made was very detailed and crudely animated.
Oh.
However, as I extended the film,
It looks
I
like a
knew
lemon
the
shark
of
or
the
something.
sharks, so I
Yeah,
had to go
kinda
back
does.
and create a higher detail, better animated Cretoxyrhina. However, as I continued to extend the film, I also ended up needing a shot of the shark baring its teeth. Neither of my Cretoxyrhina
Oh my
had functioning
God.
mouth, so I had to
Oh,
create
man.
a third shark with
third
a 3D
shark.
modeled, textured,
Wow.
and animated mouth.
Oh
I
my
made
god.
3 Cretoxyrhino rigs for this film for 3 separate purposes, when all I really needed to create was the last one.
That's
which
gotta be a lot of
completed 3 things.
Wasted effort.
This is a perfect example of
Yeah.
the constant retreading and time wasting that kept happening because of my early mistakes, and is also why Cretoxyrhina doesn't have a sketchbook page.
Oh.
Oh.
A sad war.
Whoa.
That all being said though, I surprisingly quite like the final film. I think I love it. It was incredibly tedious.
I love it!
To make, but it somehow grew on me and has become my second favourite of the series just after Our Frozen Past. To me, Sea and Sky is the most realistic feeling film of the Dinosauria series, and that was the intention. I set out to create a film that felt real, and portrayed pterosaurs as confident and inspirational, at the same time challenging myself technically by setting a film in and around the sea. I feel the film succeeds in doing all of that. Besides my tippy-toe pterosaurs, this is
Tippy-toe.
exactly the film I wanted to make. It just took me
I don't really notice
long,
it though. Like with all
long
the
time to
rock.
get there.
Yeah. But it looks good.
Oh yeah.
Is it a good is that?
Hopefully, the final film in this series isn't as much trouble, but
Oh yeah,
me doubts that
Edmontosaurus.
because at the moment the finale is
Pachycephalosaurus.
supposed to be the longest
My
and
favorite
most
herbivore.
ambitious film of the
Yeah, they're really
whole
cool.
series.
Triceratops,
Oh, Triceratops.
Struthiomimus, and T-Rex.
There he is! A T-Rex!
I heard it was actually a she.
Oh, is it a she?
I think
Oh,
this
wow.
T-Rex might be female.
If you want to support me
That's
or
cool.
support this Dinosauria series, or read through the sketchbook I've been showing off in this video, you can. High-resolution photographs of the entire Dinosauria sketchbook so far are up on my Patreon page right now. You can also gain access to each of my animated short films 2 weeks before they're released here on YouTube.
Now, what's he gonna do for the
Thank you
B-roll?
all so much
Yeah,
for
see.
watching. But it is the end of the video.
And will I
Yeah,
be
good.
in the Patreon list like last time?
Outro B-roll.
Let's see, are you in the Patreon
Today,
list?
I know exactly
Yeah,
what
I'm
gonna
one of
be
them.
doing. I'll be taking
Oh,
this
cool.
Pteranodon model right here, and we're gonna walk down to the coast, where he rightfully belongs.
Oh,
Where he rightfully belongs.
Oh, yeah. Here he is, on the coast.
He's home.
Special thanks to all my top Patreon supporters on screen right now. Hopefully, scrolling over some footage of a happy Pteranodon in his natural habitat. This Dinosauria series would not be possible without these guys, so again, thank you very, very much.
There I am.
Oh, there's
Bye,
you.
guys.
I see you. I see your name. There you are.
no, my knees!
Oh,
My knees!
my knees. Oh, and now the ad pops up.
Oh, now the ad pops up.
Now the ad.
I get
Wow,
you
you got all the freaking ads, and I just sit here with little pop-ups that don't interrupt me until the end.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so unfair. But there you go, the making of Sea and Sky, and we only have one more Dinosauria short film to go. Heaven for,
That's crazy.
and it's according to David James Armsby, it's the longest one. So quite looking forward to that one.
Ooh.
How much are we willing to bet? Like how long it's going to be? I'm saying between 8 to 9 minutes at least.
Yeah, I would say 8 to 9. Yeah.
Like comparable
10.
to Battle at Big Rock, like from
Yeah.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I think
see
we
what
might
you
be looking at something like that. So, after seeing the making of, what do we think?
I liked it. I really liked it. It was. I like that we got a little bit more information on the whole series.
And on the
Like,
animals
behind the scenes.
in general.
I love. Yeah. I love watching behind the scenes kind of stuff and seeing like this is what they had, all the things that they had to do, and like the inner workings of it. I always loved those when I was a kid, and even nowadays.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I'm also a sucker for behind the scenes things. Like I have like a Godzilla vs Kong on Blu-ray, and I will just watch the Blu-ray exclusively just for the behind the scenes clips that they have. I'm nuts for them. So seeing a YouTuber who actually makes like behind the scenes videos for his animations is a treat, because in the norm, YouTubers, even if they do short films, don't really do like a behind the scenes sort of deal. So
Yeah.
seeing this and seeing like how his mind ticks, because we don't see like him streaming his work, we don't see him actually working on the animation, but he tells us what's going on, like what his thought process is, what he liked, what he didn't like. He even critiques his own like stuff, like as if he's the actual viewer,
Yeah,
and that is something I can praise.
for sure. We don't see that enough of like these are some things.
Yep.
I would have changed, but didn't. Or yeah. They
Yeah.
only show like highlights of like this is the best thing, and you only need to see like the perfectness of the video. It's like no, here's what actually is happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Messed up here and there, but
I mean,
it's
in film, they're kind of obligated to say this is the best we've ever seen. But this is a
Yeah.
real human being, like just one guy doing this on his own, and he's just giving his honest thoughts. Like, sometimes he thinks it's crap, sometimes he thinks it's falls short, but he also knows that despite his shortcomings, they're still good.
Yeah. And I like that. They're all amazing. He's done a really good job with them.
Now, if only the audience for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom felt the same way about that.
Well, yeah. A lot of people didn't like that one. I personally really liked it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That was probably like one of my favorite ones, but everybody was like, this is garbage. And I'm like,
do you guys remember Jurassic Park 3 at all?
Like, it's like they were like, you know what? It's an alternate universe. Jurassic Park 3 didn't exist. Like, yeah. I don't know. I liked Fallen Kingdom. Jurassic Park 3, it was cool we got to see a Spinosaurus, but like...
I got angry as a kid when I saw it kill the T-Rex. I'm over that now, but as an adult, I'm beyond that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we're getting too far off track. I'm actually kind of sad that this next short film we're going to be getting is the last of the bunch. It's going to be kind of bittersweet, because I think with this being the T-Rex short film, there's only one way this is going to end, with the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a bittersweet thing to see.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm going to savor every second of it, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I just hope the T-Rex doesn't get killed before, like, the asteroid or whatever, like, by something stupid.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see another crippling T-Rex death.
Yeah, seen too many of them.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap up the video. Jurassic Master, I stole your outro last time. I think you can steal mine.
This is Jurassic Master, and I just forgot everything what you said. Like and subscribe to Tyrannus Senpai. He seems like a really cool dude. I'm the co-host, or you're the main...
You can't even do it!
I really just got it.
Okay, here's the easy part. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Alright, alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Woohoo!
Woo!